Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to our Saturday night coverage of VRML. For those just joining the streams tonight, this will be our third and final match on the night. And you know it's set to be a good one because it's the ever consistent threats in Ignite versus the intentional, unconventional players of Orbit coming up right here next. On your broadcast team tonight, I'm Palidore, the Pizzador Marconi, and on cameras as well as some side casting, it's Insane in the Membrane, it's Wit. How's it going?
I'm feeling really insane in the
Insane in the Brain! We did it.
letting them know.
Okay. Hold on. Seeing if I can get in. I had like an error on my join message, which is a good thing right before we're set to begin, always.
Said no wait.
Well, in that case, you're going to have to do the play-by-play, I suppose. Not at all. Uh-oh. Doesn't even matter how hard we try. Anyway.
Testing. Like just
Ooh, they're going. All right. Oh, I'm on, actually. I've got in finally. Okay. So we're good to go. So, stream, you can't hear Wit. Apparently, he says he can't be heard, so... well, we'll see how that goes. Maybe we'll address it. Maybe not. Who knows? So, for now, I'm just Palidore here casting, and now at the launch, it's going to be VTS King going in for the ring-a-ding on the goal for 2 points. Ignite in quick succession.
can hear me. See something up on the mixer sometimes.
So, yeah, let us know in chat if you can hear Wit. Actually, I think what it might be, I forgot to mention this, as we see the orbital drop there. Your filters on your mic for the source or whatever that is in the OBS thing, turn those things off. that kind of cut off my voice a lot when I did the casting the first time, because I think it was like part of the broadcast package. So if you can cut that off, you might be heard. Anyway, off to... Looks like the mid area. It's going to be taken there, but brawled out. Zenith is going to get that disc and clear it into the corner area, where Scoop scoops it on up and puts it on through the defense on the recollection of the disc for Ignite. And right back into the hands now of Orbit and Sneaky Evil finding Gamer Boy. So that definitely was a factor in the earlier matchups for Orbit in week 1. Able to get those midfield interceptions quite frequently. So Outfit will go now into the bottom, taken there by Duel, and Duel going for the deuce. It's 4 for Ignite. How's it going now, Wit? I'm not sure which ones. Probably all of them, honestly, because it requires like a certain volume, and it was cutting me off on the default settings before. So, anywho, all right, taken there by its Franz, and sent to Far. Far's gonna look down low, intercepted by Scoop. Taken right back by Duel, and Duel's gonna send it to the other side. There's no teammates there waiting, but just might sail right into the hands there of VTS. VTS King, that is to say. Trying to come in and find Far. Far gonna look down low. Contested pass into a contested shot and recollected by Zenith, sending it far down the floor. So going into this match, I was talking about, as this disc goes on through, not gonna be on the mark for any shot though. But I was talking about Ignite. I called them consistent, the consistent Ignite, and that is because, well, aside of being one of the most consistent teams, consistently existing teams, and competitive teams in this league and throughout the leagues in Echo Arena, as another interception there from Far getting punched out. Even in week 1, Ignite's matchups were so consistent in the score differential. Now, they won both their matches, but the end results was their first match against Nova, 44-23 combined score. And then against Wireless Jacks, as this shot just off as well. Against Wireless Jacks, Ignite was 45-23. So almost even on those scores and both their first games from week 1. So consistently on offense, consistently on defense. They're just right on line there. Now, Orbit enjoyed themselves a very successful week 1 as well, winning their 2 matches. But in week 2, they lost their first match against Illuminati. So trying to rebound back is going to be Orbit. And try and take this game. But no, nice pass. Zenith finding Sneaky. That was just threading the needle there in front of the center of goal. Manages to catch it, manages to score it. So Ignite, 4 points on the board, and the joust advantage to Orbit's 2 points. Launching out VTS King, delivering it down the court, missing Franz, and so instead it's going to be intercepted, and Scoop's going to take that, look down the middle for almost a shot that's on, but on the disc now, on the recovery, it's dual, finding King, but Scoop is actually going to brawl him out, go for the backboard shot, absolutely kisses it off that glass, and into the goal for 3. Nicely done from Scoop on the defense. Translating it to offense.
All right, this is not on topic for the game, but when you're talking, do you see some background noise when you go silent, like, or is it just completely dead on your mixer?
Couldn't tell you at the moment.
I think I'm being heard. I just don't know how much fuzzy background noise there might be, but here we go.
All right, well, until we're told otherwise, we'll just assume that they can hear you. But yeah, if you can see it, then I believe it. And trying to see that disc, find a clear to the opposite side of the tunnel, just takes a few bounces, and BTS King will be there, finding Far now. Far is going to go the other side, and then down low, Venom saying in chat that you can be heard a little bit distant, but it's fine. Be Love in the chat as well. Hello, welcome to the stream. Now down low, it's going to be VTS again. Just dancing all around the defenders. And now into the hands of Far. Far is going to look for that cross. And making the most of it. That was a hot cross. I was going to say hot cross buns, but that would have made sense. Now see, hot cross fun would have made more, but I wasn't on the ball enough to catch that one. Anyway. It is 6-5 advantage Ignite. 3:45 left in the first round.
Pretty
now,
close
talking
game.
about, yeah, it is a close one so far, and looks like it's going to be retrieved by Far. Talking about Ignite real quick, or Orbit real quick rather. I mentioned them, you know, unconventional, but intentionally so with some of their rollouts. That's how they describe themselves in the team bios on the website. Is just an team of experienced players, but with really unconventional, kind of innovative offense. And that's what we've been seeing a lot of. Their rollouts are unique with that orbital drop. They have a nice mix of fast-paced gameplay, but also patience when they need it. And, you know, the midline game, the midfield interceptions, that was a huge factor for them in their first 2 wins of the season. So definitely a team to watch, and just trying to watch on that pass, but no, closed off there by Franz. Now some stacks coming through from both teams, but some brawl denials. Now it looks like there'll be 3 guys there for Ignite against the Lone Wolf Gamer Boy. Still manages to get the tap somehow, but on the recovery, it's duel. So nice cross-court speed from Ignite. So far, it's a duel with the 4 points leading the way, along with VTS, and now taking there, Gamer Boy, looking for that long-range clear, coming with a boost, but Far nice brawls, misses a disc though, so it'll sail out into the sidewall. Visionary up in the chat again, saying his money's on Orbit. I thought we covered this yesterday. There's no betting allowed, wink wink, but Gamer Boy's gonna take that and dish it through for the clear. Off of the bounce, actually going to enter that bubble area, but again, 3 guys from Ignite, all recovering at once. So it's been the case for a while now, just Ignite's speed, their consistency on that end. always going to be a boon for their team. And now Ignite trying to contest this one, but you can see that nice spacing there. Still going to be a double stun, recovered ultimately by Far. That disc goes down low, bounces up high through that bubble, and now recovered there on the other end by Gamer, who is going to reset to the back line, sneaky waiting and biding his time. So Scoop now, looking for a bounce. Has a chance, but outside the bubble it goes, recovered. VTS King. And now Far is going to take that deep shot, looking for the bomb. Rebounded, though, by VTS. So intentional or not getting that assist was Far. VTS, though, heads up on the rebound, snatching it off that wall, and dumping it into the goal. That is 8 to 5.
You bring it up a lot, but spacing, like, Orbit may be kind of unconventional, playing a different way than most people, but you do see that hallmark of skill teams, which is that they always are spacing out, looking for open passes, keeping someone back.
Yeah, we see a little bit of that there. And actually, with less than 30 seconds left, they're going to need to find a three-pointer at this point if they want to face or force an overtime. So someone needs to go stun that goalie mighty soon here. One more back pass to Gamer Boy. And now we got someone on the backboard as well as a barrier for Orbit. They're going to need to make a play on that goalkeeper. They need a three-pointer. We have 8 seconds to make that happen. But the pass just astray, forced off by the defense. So Ignite, woo, off of that near shot. We'll take that victory in round 1. And that is 8 to 5 in their favor. So high scorers, it's 4 apiece for VTS King and Duel. 4 points apiece, and Duel contributing the 2 saves. Far, no points, but 3 assists. Always ever important. That team play, that pass work, we saw a couple of those ones. There are some beautiful crosses just threading the needle through the defense, right in that mid area between goal and barrier. So he had some really surgical passes to buy his team a nice advantage. And then on the other end for Orbit, it's Scoop with 3 points, Sneaky Evil with 2, and Zenith, the game high, 26 stuns. Gamer Boy contributing a save as well and 7 stuns.
You know, it looks like he didn't do much, but we know that he's sitting back in the midfield for all these interceptions.
Yeah, exactly. Those are one of the things that won't show up on the scoreboard as we actually get a dropout here on Orbit's side. That'll be interesting to see what they play on that because round is about to start. And yeah, so we do get a restart request and rematch. It will be, in fact. So didn't get a chance to actually look at the team stats. Was about to do so. And as a result, I guess we're going to get off and going again. Although, hopefully these teams recognize that they need to set it to the second round on the rule set because of that. But in any case, the first round going to Ignite. There we go. They made the adjustment. So, all right, off we go. Again, thanks to everyone over on Twitch for joining us tonight and throughout the rest of the week. Been an awful lot of games now these last couple days, and well, it's just going to get more intense tomorrow. A little bit of a lighter load today with a 3, but tomorrow we have 10 matches. Plenty of them. And good grab there, Franz.
Surely he didn't do it on purpose. He couldn't have been looking at that.
Yeah, probably not, but, you know. I guess it's just that gamer sense. They've been playing this game for so long, they just played it by ear. Wouldn't that be impressive? Positional catches. Possible. But now, right in position for the snatch, the steal. Gets it to VTS, back line. And there you go. 30 seconds pass in this second round. Biding their time. A deep pass. Looks like on the other end, maybe it was Far. Kind of struggled to actually push off of his anchor. Otherwise, might have been able to receive that pass. So as a result, it's going to be backed out to Zenith for Orbit. And there's that spacing at play there. Grabbing it as Sneaky. Fading backwards into a pass. And then upwards into a shot. That was a tight angle for Scoop.
I was getting a little bit worried there. I didn't see Gamer Boy coming up at all, but I guess they didn't need him for that one.
And that one, yeah, the fadeaway pass it was from Sneaky there. So the goalie for Ignite, understandably wanting to pressure that. It was a bit of a slower one, but just squeezed it through and managed to find that really tight angle. I mean, in those kind of situations, hold on as we get a shot attempt perhaps. Far's going to go in on goal and just sling that one in. Eyed the goalie as he flung it through.
Hopefully I was able to satisfy Gilligan there. I got a good shot of VTS holding up the stack on the other side.
Yeah, exactly. We're doing our best to make these adjustments and figure out how to make the stream and production better every week. So yeah, any feedback coming our way, we'll definitely listen. Want to make it look as good as possible, sound as good as possible. But Orbit here is going to be on the approach, pressured very quickly by a trio of defenders for Ignite, and now Sneaky's going to back that one out. So Zenith finding Scoop. Scoop is going to go cross to Sneaky up top, but it's going to be contested, and the rebound, or the retrieval from King rather, finds the clear. An awful lot of brawls, but way in the back line. It's Gamer Boy 70. Just making sure, basically his teammates in the front line, very conscious of making sure those brawls were going through on Ignite so they could not get their boost. And as a result, it played right into the hands of Gamer Boy hanging in the back. So some good coordination there from Orbit. You got to figure that's been part of their strategy this whole time, is playing that back line. So anytime that the other team has to clear it as a pass, just sails past this stunned Sneaky Evil. But anytime they clear it, they're going to be there for the reception and, on both ends, just trying to reject these stacks from Ignite. So again, backing it out. Right to Gamer, who finds a deep forward pass to Scoop, cutting it over to Sneaky, and cutting it backwards to Zenith. Venom also in the chat, hello, and now off into the bubble, but still recovered, but right back to Gamer. And now cross pass, woo, beautiful save though, BTS King. That was a soft one that almost went in, but just bumping it out of that goal in time was VTS, but now he's going to be stunned, but that shot not going through, so an opportune time for maybe an easy goal opportunity, but a little bit offline with it, but then right back with a rebound, losing the handles on the disc, so Duel is going to grab that instead, look for the boost. BTS and Franz there, quick stack, might have an open three, a fast shot will not be anything but a ding, and then a rebound for another attempt. BTS is going to back it out, and just as well, they're going to find Far way further and back, and whew, now time to breathe.
Yeah, both of these teams are doing a really good job staying in control, getting those resets, but maybe not such a good job on the close shots.
Oh, that was a nice one, but the save! The Gamer Boy, and another rebound from Franz. What play, back and forth, into the hands, one team and the other, and then suddenly it's in the goal just like that. Great defense, great recoveries, great patience. You can see why I was mentioning the consistency of Ignite before, and well, right there. Just the resets, the defense, the stacks, and oh boy, Far's gonna take that recovery and make some noise in the goal for Ignite. That was a miscommunication there, it would seem, from Orbit. Not sure what happened.
I've done it before. You just miss.
But yeah, accurate description. Those are always rough, but they happen to the best of us. For sure. Oh, and again, what's going on here with the grab? Zenith. Orbital drop, almost orbital dropping that disc again to the hands of Ignite, but luckily they're going to get that shot off from deep. That is very close.
That would have been a nice recovery for them, but wasn't meant to happen.
Not meant to be. They still might have another opportunity, though, because Scoop is going to be there. Duel is going to try and brawl him out, so forcing a deep clear. So that time, forward pass instead of a reset, so maybe getting a little bit scrambled as Orbit based off of that. Just need to recollect off those couple of misplays. They have plenty of time to make something good happen for them, only down by 4. And now Gamer, some nice stuns on the stack, but right back, Ignite getting to the front with the boosting. And now another pass. Oh, a little bit of disarray, it seems like. Need to just recollect themselves at the moment. Some of these passes are a little too strong. That one was right on line, but now mishandled and then batted out of there by Duel and Far as well. playing that back line pretty strong still as Gamer Boy. They're down by 4 points, managed to get a slap off into the tunnel. But Ignite making it a bit of a struggle, and there you go, finding that back pass to Gamer this time. Recognizing their strategy and trying to stick to their game in that regard. Now it's going to float off into the front and still be recovered there by Franz. And you see 3 players again from Ignite. It seems like every time Ignite gets back on defense, it's always like the 3 players there. So there's one they're leaving for brawls and things, but the other 3 are always so quick to get back into that bubble.
All right,
so
there's
indeed,
the reset. Now we're going to see their full setup.
Yeah, this is what they needed to do. Far pass, but saved there by BTS. The King crowning him on that play, saving it. And off to Franz with a Gamer Boy lurking in the background, trying to deny anything. Might have a shot angle if he goes ceiling. He instead went for the straight liner. It's still going to be recovered there now. And BTS, yes, 8-2. So BTS putting his first 2 points on the scoreboard in timely fashion, because that gives them a bit more of a buffer in this last 2.5 of round 2.
Yeah, I've had the camera off of orbit the last couple of launches. Let's see if we can catch him dropping the disc and see what's going on.
Yeah, it looks like they actually switched. So it was Gamer Boy taking the disc for QB. I believe last time around it was Zenith, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe just switching up their plays a bit on their rollouts. Sneaky Evil will get it, and hey, they made an adjustment, and they did get it to the other side of the floor. Now, Scoop is going to retrieve that, and Franz actually going to receive that. That was a good look, but a better cutoff on that passing lane. But still, you can see the back line at play for Orbit. Problem is, they just don't have a lot of time to be super patient with it, so now going for an anchored 3-pointer, and that is exactly what the doctor ordered.
Yeah, don't worry, they're not going to try to be patient with it.
Yeah, more so just on those backline passes. Yeah, just they're sticking to their guns on that regard, but can't take too much time with the clock winding down. But yeah, that shot, perfect. Wound it up around the anchor, bothered the goalie, and made it a 3-point match, 3-point game. And now this could be tied up if they're not careful. BTS trying to retreat. Scoop looking for it, and that will be another 2 points to bring it within 1.
Yeah, Orbit was dropping the disc all over the place, but it seems like they've recovered.
Ignite, kind of, yeah, looking in that case like Orbit, just losing it on a couple possessions there, and as a result, that quick 3-pointer, the quick 2-pointer just as well. We got a minute left of gameplay in this round, and Ignite just needs to take care of this disc. They will find a pass over to Duel. Duel, though, having it stolen. This could be massive. There is a goalie in there in the back line for Ignite, so going to reset with a cross on over to Scoop. Now, passing it to Gamer Boy. Gamer looking forward to Sneaky. We have 41 seconds out. And now going down for another goal and taking the lead late with 35 left in the game. It's Orbit, assisted by Scoop. Sneaky Evil swooping in there.
That's really good, and it's just because they're doing a really good job covering those passing lanes, making it hard for Ignite to get a clear or a good pass.
I was thinking, too, for Orbit's side, they need to hold on defensively here. That is going to be the task. So it's going to be Franz looking for a pass now to Duel. Maybe another winning opportunity. The 3, humongous from Duel, delivering it to the goal as the clock winds down. And that said, that duel with Orbit is over because Ignite took it over. 11-9 with an incredible last-second shot, squeezing it through that defense, finding the window, and closing the door.
Yeah, like you said, Orbit really needed to hold the defensive line there, and I guess just got caught out of goal.
Yeah, I didn't want to jinx it off of that score that Orbit had with 40 seconds left or so, or a minute left. I was gonna say Orbit might want to hold on to it here as the clock is winding down. They want to maybe just try and get the last shot, because we all know it's tough. These game-winning situations, so tense, and in that case, it wasn't a bad thing Orbit did. I mean, they still scored, they went ahead, but at the same time, knowing how good that Orbit's offense can be and how collected they are on their approach to bubble, I would almost say it would have been worth just waiting it out even another 20 seconds. Just don't give Ignite time to come back and score, because Ignite is as consistent as anyone. on coming back and scoring efficiently, and they did just that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's tough to defend against. You'll see that, at play in I have to go back to the basketball comparison, but it's one of those things where teams at the end of quarters, for instance, will often opt to just hold the shot, waste the shot clock down that last possession, so you don't give the other team that chance to come back and score, because offense is a lot more likely to happen than defense. Like, defensive plays will happen, but offense is typically the thing that wins out more. So now going in, though, for the shot, and it's just going to be dinged off the post.
Some really nice passing on that first approach, but
That was a tightly woven pass, but still on the punch instead. Gamer's going to recover that one. Surprised that first pass got through. That was a thing of beauty, but now looking back on the defense, trying to get there. Mail slot, and it is online for Orbit for the 3. It's a nice little lead pass there on the stacked up Sneaky. Yeah, that was just dead center. So right now, it's the first 3 points going for them. Sneaky Evil, the lead scorer on Orbit with 8 points. And actually the lead scorer for the game, for that matter. Or at least these last couple rounds following that reset after round 1. But off it goes to Far. Far is going to have a look at this. He's going to go cross, and maybe crossing it backwards into BTS's hands. Nice cutting off there of the passing lanes. Scoop is going to dish that out into the corner pocket. But the stack fast on the recovery for BTS and Co. So Franz will work that up the floor now. Got Far on the bottom as one of his favorite spots on that backboard area. And the favorite spot of many of players, I should say. But Franz will take over now. Look down, and that's a little bit of an ambitious pass. There were a couple defenders there for Orbit and able to get the clear. Maybe the boost as well. They're going to have it, but just sailing past. Still looking for the nest pass, but then too much strength on it. So not able to capitalize on what was going to be possibly a 3-on-0 opportunity if they hadn't overshot that disc. But we've saw many teams get punished for that over the course of this last week or two.
it's understandable when you're that pressured. You want to throw hard, but your teammates may not be ready for it.
Yeah, well, not just the hard throws due to that pressure, but just the overshoots on the clears, the recoveries on the clears. That's been kind of a constant thing where teams are very frequently punished for it. Where you'll see an open goal that could have been a shot. And speaking of, Scoop right on line. That was a line drive. That was a great 3-pointer. So there you go. Eventually getting it back and getting that 3-pointer, as they missed out on earlier possibly. Yeah, as I was saying, just the overshoots is also what we've been seeing a lot of, because they're so quick on the recoveries and they want to get there first and are worried about the secondary stacks, that you see these overshoots that end up turning a 3v0 into just like a full 3v3 or 4v4, if nothing else, a goal for the other team instead. But now going to go up for a 1-on-1. Franz with the hands.
Well, we see a lot of stacks, and something we see from Ignite sometimes is a chain going forward and a chain staying back, and maybe teams are just not used to boosting as often and as quickly as they are, but maybe they'll adjust to those overshoots pretty soon.
Yep, it's something I've noticed more so even on the orbital drop there, successfully so this time, but it's something I've noticed more so, especially on the European side. You talk about those double stacks, one in front, one in the back. I've seen several of the European teams utilize them quite well. Backlash, Team Gravity. And the meta has always favored, on the EU side, they've always favored the stacks and the speed, obviously. And I think even now in 4v4 and the new format, we're still seeing a lot of that come into play between the regions, where there's a lot of passing game, heavy emphasis on passing game from North America. We can see it right here, perfectly exemplified, as Scoop goes for one more pass, nicely to Sneaky. And right there in a nutshell, exactly what I was talking about. Those almost passing to excess to find them some excellent shots. Meanwhile, a lot of the European teams, while they do pass, perfectly, capable of doing so, they really, really emphasize the boost, the second boost, the stacks, the clear and boost to buy them a lot of their shots.
Yeah, and actually there's a term that they use in their meta that I don't think it's really a thing in NA, but I think it's actually a major part of their meta, which is boosting pairs, which isn't just two people boosting, it's two specific people on their team who are always looking for each other over others. And I think that, like, on Team Gravity right now, that's going to be Simon and Lewis.
Oh, yeah.
I think that they're always looking for each other over even their other teammates, and maybe the other two are the other boosting pair. And I think that Kangarillas was actually seeing some success with that.
Ooh, far.
When it was still 3v3, it was Sealable and Loveridge doing almost all of the boosting, and Strimbitsky playing defense. And I think that can be a pretty strong thing because it reduces the amount of looking around you have to do.
Yeah, very true, especially if you have a roster that emphasizes certain players playing on the front line more often or the back line more often. It's a good thing having that kind of organization. And if you do have a specific boosting partner that you pair up with more often than not, it just cuts down on the need to like relearn or to learn 2 or 3 other players' boosting habits and where they grab and things like that. And now looking for a nice pass, one more, but maybe one too many because the stun's coming out nicely on Sneaky. Now recovering is VTS King, and down the floor it goes.
But nothing to worry about for Orbit right now because Gamerboy was all the way back at their goal, just waiting for the long clear.
Yeah, not even bothering with the midfield gameplay anymore. He's all about that backfield. And I mean backfield. As they work it in, Scoop is going to back it out to Zenith. One more pass, but a nice dive, BTS. But yeah, if you see on that mini-map, I mean, Gamerboy is literally the furthest back that he could possibly be as you see him recover it there. So that's an interesting, another one of those unconventional things, but now it's going to be an interception. Maybe getting to the hands of VTS, who can sling it backwards into the goal over his head. It will be another 2, and bringing it within 2 is Ignite. But maybe that's one of those unconventional strats that Orbit talks about and that they've shown, in that, yeah, they're going to be only three guys up there on the floor for their offense, but at the same time, their strategy is, I suppose, we will always have a back pass. And now looking for the intercept and looking for the shot as well, dinging off, recovered, knocked loose, duels off his head. Franz will get the rebound off the head and the bounce and into the goal for the heady play, and tied up it will be with under 3 left to see.
Well, that didn't take long.
Nope.
Yeah,
Guess
I wonder
not,
if Orbit's strategy is to just hope the other team doesn't notice it's only 3 people.
Yeah. I mean, I think, too, like, just trying to think from Orbit's point of view here, is that the whole thing about the back pass is, you know, you want it for those resets, you want to be accurate with it, but by leaving someone way, way, way in the back like they have been, basically it takes the accuracy completely out of the equation. Like, if any of Orbit's front line needs that back pass desperately, they can fling it with all kinds of strength way deep down the tunnel, and they'll have confidence that Gamerboy is going to be able to retrieve that deep in the backfield near to their goal. Now, just dodging around, Scoop is going to find a pass down low to Zenith. Zenith is going to back that out, wait for his 2-man crew to come back up. And now Gamerboy actually joining on the front line-ish for once. One more cross pass over to Zenith. Zenith with the one more shot, taking the 2-point lead over Ignite. Under 2 left to go. So, won't try to not harp on it too much more, go over it, but I do actually find that strategy extremely intriguing, if nothing else. Will it play out long term? Is it something that teams can account for and counter? We'll see. But that is, if nothing else, supremely unique. And I can't say I hate it, at least on paper. It makes sense. And now, it's going to be a one-on-one. It looks like Far going to come on in. And no, Gamerboy, the denial! So not only in the backfield for the interceptions, but right inside the goal for the rejections. But now leaving the goal, so this could be dangerous. And now it's going to find, nope, the hands of Franz. After going knuckle to knuckle.
Fran's hands?
Fran's hands, you understand.
My man.
So off the pass goes the duel. He's going to be dueled and stolen out of his hands as well. And now the stack coming in quickly from Orbit. Orbit with a chance to go up here by 4, but no, because that is a really saucy shot. That
I thought he was going for the slice, but he went for that pass.
And one more, though, anchored, but directly down center. VTS didn't really have to move his hands to make that save. It just came right into the center of his center of mass.
Why go for the 3 when you're ahead with 40 seconds?
Not sure, but maybe just trying for the steez, and now, geez Louise, Zenith. A 4-point lead. So,
Yeah, that's it. All right.
indeed. So 12-8. Ignite making a game of that in that final round there. Almost coming back, but Orbit recollected after their first 2 losses in the series and still managed to pull away the 3. So Ignite, though, the win on the series. The differential, though, not aware of what it is. Maybe you can tell me, but the differential was fairly close on that one as well. We're seeing a lot of pretty even matchups this week, especially.
Looks like Ignite's total score is 1 point higher.
There you go. I mean, need we say more? We've seen several matches over this course of this week too that have been mighty close and competitive across the 3 rounds. That's pretty nice to see.
Only one match so far where the losing team had more total points, and that was exciting to see.
Yeah. And well, speaking of the points, we'll go to the stats real quick. And Sneaky Evil, again, these are kind of the 2-round stats because there was a reset after round 1, so keep that in mind. But Sneaky Evil ahead with the 10 points over on Orbit's side of the floor. 7 for Scoop, 4 for Zenith. 5 assists from Scoop as well, and 4 saves from Gamerboy, as well as countless interceptions, no doubt. Over on Ignite's side, leading the way, it's Far and Franz with 6 apiece, BTS with 4, Duel with 3. We see the nice assist count there, 3 assists for Duel and 2 for Far and Franz. A lot of saves as well between the trio. So this is what I mean. I was saying consistency all night long when it comes to Ignite, and you can see it even just in their scoreboard, their individual stats. It's very even across the board. And also the team stats, just as well. Orbit actually heavy advantage there, possession time and shots taken, despite the fact that Ignite took that match. So that's kind of interesting. But the assists are even, more saves in favor of Ignite, and more stuns in favor of Ignite. But yeah, there you have it. That was a fun match for sure.
Yeah, I was curious how that was going to go, knowing like Ignite and Orbit are both pretty strong in 4v4, but we haven't seen all the close matchups we wanted to see until this week.
Yep, and you know what? After that series, I honestly couldn't say if we're just taking that game alone on paper, not looking at anything else. You would say, I'm not sure which team is definitively stronger because, like you said, the differential was 1 point across the 3 rounds, and Orbit almost had that win with less than a minute left. They were ahead, but then it was Ignite at the last few seconds that actually pulled away in the second round. So, 1 or 2 plays, if they went the opposite way, this could be an entirely different series, and it could have been Orbit taking it. So that was just neck and neck until the very end, really, of both of those rounds, multiple rounds, and glad to see it. So that being said, that is going to be the end of the line for our Saturday night games. We had 3 of them, and they were 3 good ones. They were fun. So stay tuned tomorrow. Once more, we have 10 matches, an awful lot of them. We'll stream as many of them as we can. We're not quite sure exactly what will pan out in that regard, but we're keep an eye out. The night or the day will start at noon Central Time with Blast and Smash Dash. That one is likely to be streamed, and then it'll end with 2 games at 7 p.m. Central Time with Flare versus Ignite, who we just saw, and then Kangarillas versus Illuminati, which will be a much anticipated game, no doubt. But a lot of games in between there that we'll be looking at, so stay tuned, keep up to date, visit the Discords, etc., and make sure you are following us on Twitter, you hit that bell, all that good stuff that streamers are supposed to say. Do it.
Do it.
Or don't. Yeah, or don't, because, it's whatever. I'll remind you anyways on Discord, but if you want to make it easier on yourself, I would follow. But yeah. So from us here at VRML, I've been Palidore, and Wit has been Insane in the Membrane on the microphone. And yes, carry it away, Wit. I'm done.
Bye, VTS. He's waving. Yep.
Bye.
Match is starting in 16 hours and 20 minutes.
16 hours and 20 minutes until you die. I don't know if anyone will
God.
get that reference, but I had to make it. Anyway,
Yeah.
yes.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.